Sanji stocks are still up, so.
Oh, okay.
Boo.
Yeah, no, I think Sanji's stock down is hate.
Good.
It'd be like that.
Bro, like that is a
I
completely
can't believe,
forgivable situation. That is a completely forgivable
How
situation.
dare people say that Zoro stocks are down for causing a distraction when a person would be absolutely astronomical, like for the Navy side if he was in this fight right now, and
The
his
reason-
stocks is down, but Sanji let the one nigga he was supposed to protect die, and his stocks aren't down. What
Hold
is
up.
happening?
BlackHawk,
What
the
is
reason why.
happening?
俺はルフィ海賊王になる男だ
What's up, guys? This is Strawhat Mod. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, Never Whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 101. You made it,
Yes.
baby. You made it past 100. 100 more to go.
100 more to go, baby. Oh, man.
Yes, indeed, we here.
I am here with the king, not as of usual. We got a couple of additions and subtractions here. Joining us today is BlackHawk, fulfilling his 10-week obligation. He said he's going to be here for the next 10 weeks, and he started with week 1, so he's here. What's going on, my brother?
Hey man, episode 110. I'm gonna be out of here.
Obligations.
I'm bullshit. But hey, it feels good to be here, man. It's good to be back with the gang as usual, man. It's been so long that I forget how fun just weekly talks about this manga is. I miss this so much, man. It feels great to be back.
Absolutely. You know, you're always welcome. A lot of you guys might not know, for any of our later fans, BlackHawk was here in the beginning. He had to step out to handle some business, but you know, whenever he can come back, he's always welcome. So you will see him. You know what I mean? That's the gang right there.
Yes, sir.
That boy.
Even though he still got a gripe with you on not putting him in the song.
Oh, yeah, you gotta hold that. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, we gotta stop for that one. That was crazy.
That's
I'm in the outro
You
vid.
in the outro?
I'm
You
in the
feel me?
intro vid,
You feel me?
but I'm not in the song. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
You get your little. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I'll take my outro. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get, man.
Strat Mod in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, y'all? First of all, it's great to have BlackHawk back, man. We need that Zoro energy in the chat. And then on top of that, just this chapter was phenomenal. So I can't wait to talk about it.
Facts.
I can't remember the last time we came in here and didn't say this chapter was hot or worth talking about or peak or any of those things.
Maybe
Would have been on
Maybe-
the street as a late.
Yeah, maybe when Raizo and Jinbei poured the water, maybe like we were like,
I
that
feel
was
like,
okay.
maybe there was there has to have been a mid chapter in between there. But I will say that is definitely the last notable mid chapter that I can remember. I always remember reading that like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. It's been a minute. Oda is just on the tear. That's my goat right there.
He said, "Final Saga, I got y'all."
Love to see it. Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother? Well,
What's good, everybody?
At least Mr. G, since the other guys aren't here.
Oh, shit, that's true. Damn, last but not least, let's go. Yo, shout out to YHUS, do your thing at your fighting game tournament today.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to my boy Nico. If you guys look at the screen, he gave me this new tattoo. I got the Nami tattoo.
Oh, that's the Nami tattoo with the tangerine. That's nice.
Yes, sir. And I got it with a little
That's
bit of green
fire.
and orange. And also, since it actually came at the same time, I got this Nami pin, the Help Me panel.
Ooh,
That
that's
came
fire.
out very nice.
Nah, that's tough.
That's fire. That's fire.
And not Nami related, but another pin came in, and it's this Gear 5 Luffy when
Oh, that's
You
when
s-
dude animated him, and that's one
Yes.
of the frames. What do they call those frames? The still
the
frames.
impact frames.
Yeah, I remember that. That's
So,
fucking crisp.
Yeah, I had to get that shit, but shout out to Raftail and Inosama, fucking pin makers. Thank you guys.
Big shout outs to them. Much love. It's definitely lit. D3 is not with us this week. YHUS is also not with us this week. YHUS is at a fighting game tournament, like Mr. G said. Good luck to him at UMAD. I believe
UMAD,
he's
that's what it was.
competing in Dragon Ball. I don't know if he's playing anything else actually.
Probably maybe Strive, or maybe
Maybe Strive.
Xrd.
He does play Xrd
Maybe-
too.
Yeah, probably Xrd.
He's definitely completing it in at least a couple games. Definitely wish him the best of luck. Yeah, but the rest of the gang is here. We got a nice chapter to go over. Like we said earlier, it was a banger, as per usual, or has been on the streak. This is one of those chapters where I did audibly pop off. I always love the chapters where I gotta make noise, where I have to let that shit out. Like, those are my favorite chapters. Like, it's always a pleasure.
It is.
And yeah, we're gonna go over it like we do our normal chapter review. You guys good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get it.
Indeed, let's get it.
Let's get into it. Chapter 1108, Come In World. Before that, I do want to say this cover page is fuego. I'll throw it up on the screen for a
Spicy.
sec.
Spicy.
It is a little spicy, but you know, sometimes we need a little spice in our life. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I definitely did. I really did genuinely enjoy the way that this was drawn. Definitely looks nice. But yeah, chapter 1108. We start off where the last chapter ended, with the Buster Call and all the madness going on the island, and then we turn to Caribou, who has shown himself in front of Van Augur and Katarina Devon. Van Augur being the cold. Van Augur is a cold ass man, bro. He's been showing his aura the past few chapters or whatever. He is,
bro, like the last month, bro. It's crazy.
He's aiming down his sights, ready to blast Caribou to smithereens. Caribou's bleeding for his life, pleading for his life, saying that if they kill him now, that Master Teach is gonna split their skulls. Talking like he's on the crew already. This guy is like #1 fanboy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Van Augur questions why he would say such a thing, and this is when Caribou spills the beans of all that he has very valuable information that they will not hear from anyone else. This next panel, I couldn't tell if this was going on in his head or if he was explaining this.
It's in his head, because if he tells them, they could just off him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Okay, so he's just explaining the info that we know that he has, but that he's had since he joined the Strawhats earlier in the New World, all the different pieces of info that he's gathered. He thinks about it in his head, and then he tells them if they let him meet with Teach, he'll happily provide the information. That's the last we get on that section, but we see Katarina and Van Augur contemplating at the very least if they should or should not take Caribou. Do you guys think they're gonna take him?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I think so. I think that moves the plot significantly forward if they do.
I think they for sure gonna take him. But I definitely think it's gonna be one of those things where, like you said earlier, Callie, if once they get the information out of him, they don't really need him, so he can get smoked at any time. Caribou is on a time limit of life, if you ask me.
I think.
So even when he gets to Teach and gives him the information, he could be a pack right after.
No, I think Blackbeard is more tactical than that. I don't. No, I mean, he's not necessarily one to be brutalizing people for no reason. I think he makes every move with a purpose and a motive, and I think he's shown that he's willing to recruit people he finds worthy, regardless of their own intentions, right? Because he said that before, that everybody on his crew has their own goals and motivations. You know what I mean? So I don't see him necessarily. I can see his.
Okay, that makes sense. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I see him proving his worth, and then Blackbeard just being like, "All right, nigga, come on."
You can say. You can say.
Yeah, I guess
you'll be useful somehow.
Yeah.
That's stupid as.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Caribou is a scrub, he's still I would argue he's still better than like a lot of grunts. So
absolutely, his fruit is definitely useful too. Like even outside of combat, he could definitely find uses for his fruit.
But what if he just some two-piece moment real quick. What if he's they're able to stay inside of him? He takes the crew with him, and then he just slams his way to the middle of a battlefield, and everyone just pops out type of shit. There's so many possibilities.
That would be crazy.
Can Blackbeard not do that with the dark fruit, or do people just get crushed automatically and when they're in the darkness?
I think the darkness is more like a black hole type of thing.
Right?
So,
Okay.
But I was about to also say they kind of don't need him for that because they got Van Auger who could just teleport directly to a battlefield.
Facts. But imagine this though: one half of his crew warps in with Van Auger's warp fruit, and then the other crew comes from behind in this fucking swamp fruit type of shit. Next thing you know, they got a pincer attack. Like there's so many possibilities you could do with fucking with Caribou's powers.
I definitely think there's definitely a lot of his ability definitely has a lot of utility. And I'm
in
sure
terms of stealth, definitely.
Yeah. I think Blackbeard can find a way to utilize that, especially Blackbeard of anybody tactician.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't see him like you brought up, Callie, like how like Blackbeard is strategic and he always makes moves with purpose. And like you also said, how his crew is made up of individuals that have their own ambitions and their own goals and stuff. I just couldn't see why he would turn down a person that seemingly doesn't have his own ambition outside of serving him. Like that's just a valuable chess piece in general. Like, oh, you willing to work with me, so I don't got to worry about no potential backstabbing, or you just leaving the crew abruptly or nothing like that. Like, yeah, you coming with me. Like, I don't know.
I can see that.
I think I can see him just like taking them fully.
I was just gonna ask y'all, like, there's no one else in Blackbeard's crew that doesn't have a fruit, right? Everyone has a fruit now.
All the commanders,
right? The important people, so they wouldn't like.
The only one you could maybe say is Lafayette because we haven't seen it.
Facts. That's true.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Luffy. Sure. Yeah. Well, he most likely has one. Yeah, but
I think it's safe to assume that he has one. We just hasn't been confirmed yet. He's the only one.
Bro, we have not seen that dude at all.
We don't know where he's at right now because everybody expected him to be here. He could be literally anywhere. He's not with Blackbeard, or he wasn't with Blackbeard, and he's not at Pirate Island. He's not with these guys. Where the hell is this nigga at?
Damn, fuck, you're right. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. He's probably on some type of stealthy, overt mission that only requires him. Because, I mean, well, last time he did something like that is when he pulled up to Marijois when the Warlord meeting and stuff like that. And they were so confused as to how he bypassed the security and stuff to get there.
And you know, by that logic, he could still be here, honestly, and we just don't know.
What if he pulling up on Sabo and them?
On the Revolutionaries?
What if?
For what?
I just mean, like, is that a possibility? Like
I don't see what reason he would have to go there.
I don't know, but that's like one of the first few places that I can think of that we haven't heard from in a while. So maybe he could be over there. Maybe he could.
Hey guys, I'm with the Blackbeard Pirates.
Yeah, like
how you doing?
Plus, if they already scrubbed, I don't know how many Blackbeard pirates pulled up to the first time they met.
They did pull up on them already.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that would happen. Yeah, I don't think that would happen again a second time. However, if it was to happen a second time, I don't think they would be confused as to who Luffy is because, like I said, depending on who was all there, they would have already seen him. So it probably would have been attack on site or a run on site. So one of those two.
Yeah.
But
unless he got like some magic fruit.
Yeah,
like,
this dude is an enigma. We literally just don't know. I hope it's him though.
Yeah, I really don't know where he is. But I guess it is possible he pulled up on the island, but I would just think that if he did, I would have thought that they would have regrouped with him by now.
That's fair because they definitely said mission complete, and they Katarina Devon specifically said, "Why didn't you warp us off the island?" So they're definitely planning to leave if Cat Caribou now stopped them. So that makes sense. He probably isn't on that cat. Where the hell does this dude at? That's crazy.
Maybe he's back at Marijois for a reason.
Yo, Masa actually said, "What if he's with like on a mission to find the man with the burn scar?" That would be pretty cool. That'd be really cool.
That's plausible.
That's also a good possibility.
I think. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, we need more. We need more on that boy.
Agreed.
Or what if he? The only other thing that I could potentially see is what if he pulls up on Shanks, and
Lafayette is not pulling up on Shanks.
Well, no, not to final, but to give a message, relay a message like, my captain knows you've been following him, and he'll meet you at this spot. dislocation or something like that.
Okay, that's a little more plausible. He first
Yeah,
said,
he ain't pulling up.
Pulling
Yeah,
up
yeah.
shakes, bro. Like that'd be crazy. You know, that's plausible. That's definitely plausible.
Nah. Shanks would immediately smoke this man. But I would think he was just like relaying a message to Blackbeard, because usually Lafitte seems pretty good at that. So
yeah.
I would say something like that. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep it pushing. I did not expect to have a 10-minute combo on Lafayette. I ain't gonna lie. Here we are. Back on the island, the Buster Call war battle is in full effect between the pacifistas and the forces of the Navy. Pacifistas using bubble shields to stop some of the attacks getting thrown at them. We then get 3 of the vice admirals banding together. They're saying that they don't want to destroy all of the pacifistas because that only sets the Navy back. One of them asks if they can possibly cancel the Buster Call, which I think is absolutely insane. And then the other one says that there's no reaffirms there's no way to call it off. It's done already. Especially with Vegapunk on the pirate side now. So they decide to, because they know that Bonnie is now in control of the pacifistas, the next logical step would be to take out Bonnie. And there is a call for all vice admirals to leave their posts and go after her.
It's crazy. This shit was pretty cool.
They're not playing.
Yeah, remember when a little while ago when I was saying like I don't know what these guys would do in terms of like taking out their own supply, but I always felt like they may be a little too prideful for that. And boy, are they? They said, nah, these are our shit. We taking out Bonnie. Forget that.
The way they framed it, I wouldn't necessarily say prideful, but I do see what you're saying. I feel like the way they framed it was more so because it would be more of a setback to destroy the pacifistas than it would be to,
That's one of their main military mights, right, that helped them during this the change after Marineford,
Right, and these are the newer versions too. So
true, but if you can't take out, if you couldn't take out Bonnie here, then you're gonna have to deal with living with
a world of pacifistas,
a world of potential pacifistas, right?
You get shit on.
Yeah, like you don't know where she could pop up. Like you basically be looking like over your shoulder all the time.
Yeah,
because if she pops up and says anything, it's over. Like
it's actually ironic how last chapter Lucci was talking all that shit to Zoro about, if your crew isn't willing to cut off a leg, how can you move forward? And here the Navy is unwilling to cut off their pacifistas.
Yo, that's a good pickup, Callie.
That is good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
True.
Irony.
It's not ego per se, but it feels like it.
I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Especially these Mark IIIs. They're fucking bubble shield.
Strong. They even showcased before the bubble shield, just wiping away all the Navy's attacks. They're definitely
that bubble shield is a crazy addition. That's a crazy addition to the pacifistas.
Yeah, it's definitely scary.
I thought the light, them shooting light was crazy. Then add them a bubble shield. They got the defensive, offensive. Like that's just kind of OD.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that bubble shield is broken.
So they're all now on their way to take out Bonnie. They have the island surrounded, and they can see the open point within the Buster Call that they're going to try to escape through. So they're now trying to cut them off. So we have Vice Admiral Tosa running down on them. He showcases a new finger pistol attack, or like a
variation
I guess, where it's like a bite that will chew through armor.
Yeah.
And he catches up to Frankie and Bonnie, and he gets ready to hit them with a Tosa bite, the name of his attack. But before he can, a shadow overcasts them all, and before they can do anything or react, he gets slammed with a gigantic axe. And it's Dorian Bragi. The gang.
Dorian Broggy, baby.
The gang
Yes,
is
sir.
Let's go. The government slander agenda continues. These niggas are ass. He got one tap. He got one tap.
To be fair, the Giants are extremely strong, but yeah, he did get pretty.
Yeah, nah,
Especially
he got-
the
look at
giant
it.
pirates.
Yeah,
Look at him. He's sticking in the dirt, bro. He
he definitely got.
Like,
his
these
legs
aren't-
out, cartoon.
These
style.
aren't. Let's make it clear too, because we seen Luffy take out like giant figures too. These ain't regular giants. These are like combat trained giants.
Yeah.
So that's like a very fearsome. That's a very fearsome combination. Giant plus combat trained. I mean, I guess you could say some of the vice captains that were giants were too. I feel like low key they were just only vice captains because they were giants, and whereas these guys can fight too. Like Dorian Broggy, man. Oh man, they took out a whole vice admiral in one swing.
Yeah,
Like-
at first I thought they had just put the axe in front and then he just slammed into them, like into the axe, and then just passed out. But I noticed now that he's actually buried in the fucking ground. Like this dude
he got put in the dirt for real.
he really did. That shit's crazy.
Vice Admiral back going crazy right now.
It's definitely going strong right now. Yeah, so they're all surprised. Fun fact: none of the characters in this scene have ever seen a giant before. So they're all very surprised. Well, actually, I don't know if Frankie's seen one. Has he? I don't think he has.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, he's seen that. He's seen. I know he's
Harujin.
seen. Yeah. The
Harujin, the captain of the new giant pirates, the one that joined the fleet.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Dressrosa. Okay, you're right. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
what
pretty,
saying.
and I'm also pretty sure that he's seen the two giants that are on the that are with Dorian Broggy, but they were in
Osu
Eddie's lobby.
yeah, the ones that we had the name with
you're
last
right,
week.
because he was at his lab. Okay, yeah, no, I stand corrected. You're right. But yeah, he has they are on this island, which is confusing to everybody here right now. They let them know that or I don't know which one is Dorian, which one's Broggy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dory is, yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say it. At first, I could have sworn. At first, I thought Dory was the one with the big mustache, and Broggy was the other one.
Alright, well, one of them says that they brushed up on the new members, but everybody here is not. Well, actually, I don't know how they wouldn't have seen Frankie's poster if they brushed up on all the new members.
Callie, it's because the poster's 1,000 Sunny, bro. If you look at, remember the poster before was General Frankie. Frankie has never had his actual face on a wanted poster, bro.
You're right, because this thing is General Frankie. You're right. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good catch.
And
That's funny as shit.
Okay,
and
so
then,
you wouldn't recognize them to recognize Frankie through that poster.
exactly. And I did see on Twitter, and on Facebook, those One Piece Facebook forums are terrible. And then people were like, "Oh, do they mean that Bonnie's a new member of the Straw Hats?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Fucking, they're talking about Frankie clearly. Like, what's wrong with people, bro? Fucking use some context. Like, they're talking about Frankie. He's a new member. Like, obviously, like,
yeah,
I don't
saying
know.
it all for this scene is crazy. We do get a little bit of foreshadowing later in the chapter towards the end,
Fair.
but
Yeah.
saying that all for this scene is definitely no reading comprehension. But it'd be like that. That's why we
Yeah,
don't listen to the internet.
It's true. You're right.
Yeah, so Dorian Broggy let them know that they've come for the Strawhat crew. Frankie lets them know that Luffy's his captain, and they find out that they're allies. Bonnie lets them know that Luffy, Sanji, and Vegapunk are still in the middle of the island, and asks Dorian Broggy to help, to which they reply that they will. One of them says those are some familiar names, talking about Luffy and Sanji, which is a nice callback. And then they say that Vegapunk is the man that Scholar mentioned.
Which I believe is Saul.
Saul on Elbaf?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Because
Go ahead, Mon.
I was gonna say, like, that makes the most sense because we do know that he was one of the ones, if not the one, that took all the research back to Elbaf, right?
Mhm.
So it would make sense if he was in hiding to spend all that time becoming like a scholar and continuing on O'Hara's legacy.
Yeah, he was the one that got the new giant pirates to go get all the books and stuff from OHARA.
Right.
So,
yeah. So I can definitely see him being that.
That's fair.
Also, real quick, that picture with so that's Broggy. Broggy's the one with the big mustache, like the one that's smiling right now to Bunny. Yeah. So Sandman AP on Twitter, he posted, the onomatopoeia of Broggy's smile has been Nika since Little Garden. So that little like the Japanese saying above him, if you go back to Little Garden, he has the same one, and apparently that means Nika. So they're saying that Oda has been like establishing Nika since all the way back then, bro, which is crazy.
That's pretty cool.
That's my goat, man. That's my goat.
That is absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dorian and Broggy, they've recognized the rest of these guys as allies, and they have pawned them off to their henchmen to take them back to the ship. So Frankie, Bonnie, Kuma, Atlas are in safe hands now on the way back to the ship. I think
hopefully safe hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can count them as off the island, but maybe not, because we never know what's gonna happen, right? But for now, they're safe at least. Going back to Vice Admirals, they say that the communication is currently down. So they decide to all get to the island. They recognize that the ships that they see are from the giant pirates. One of them asked if you ever fought a giant, and then I think this is Dole answering, if I'm not mistaken. Am I bugging? No, that's not Dole. No, that's one of the Vice Admirals. No, it can't be Dole. But they do say that their superior officer was a giant 20 years ago. And then
okay, no, so it's Bluegrass that says it, my bad.
Okay. And then one of the Vice Admirals replies, you mean Saul? He was a strong one. Talking about Saul's time in the Marines. Nice little callback. We then see the giants that are holding Bonnie and Frankie, asking where the rest of the friends are. They let them know that they are on a lab on top of the clouds. The giants say it's a sky. Ask if it's a sky island, to which they reply, no, it's literally right above us. Kind of funny, yeah. Back to the action though. We back to Saturn, Kizaru, Luffy, Sanji, and Vegapunk. They're trying to move Vegapunk, but Vegapunk is in too much pain to be moved, complaining every time he gets touched. Says moving me only speeds up the blood loss. Sanji says, don't you remember we promised you'd get you off the island? Or maybe Luffy says it actually.
Luffy.
Yeah. Vegapunk says, I know I asked for that, but there's something here I must protect. He says, I was hoping not to tell Bonnie about her authority and her special authority until she was more grown up. They'll be after her for the rest of her life, of course. Or they'll be after her life, of course. Please keep her safe. I think it's a pretty big foreshadowing to Bonnie joining the crew.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, I feel like you brought that up earlier.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. To be under a basically Yonko Luffy's protection at all points, like no one's just going to straight up pull to him to get to Bonnie.
Yeah,
that would just be crazy.
Yeah, and it's a dying man's wish too. There's no way Luffy's not gonna, uphold that.
This definitely also, we've gotten the full Bonnie backstory too, tragic backstory that definitely criteria. Yeah.
And Luffy's her savior. That's what she's been looking for.
Yeah, I definitely can see it. I can definitely see it. Saturn is also pulling up on them as they're having this conversation. He is looking like an absolute freak.
Crazy.
Says he looks less and less human by the minute. His eyes look bizarre, and his legs are now coated with poison, acid poison, melting everything they touch. He looks scary. He looks like a freak.
Yeah. You know that
He
he's
looks
pissed.
That's
He's
one of the much more terrifying panels of the manga. Like he looks deranged.
Yeah, his eyes.
Yeah.
His eyes are what sell it for sure. His eyes look.
Yeah,
absolutely
he looked
scary.
possessed.
Yeah.
Like he don't like, bro. He looked deranged as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Saturn immediately starts attacking. Sanji tells Luffy to watch out, but Luffy, being the Gear 5 goofy boy he is just jumping around, laughing, dodging all of these. He then yells at Sanji to hurry up and take Vegapunk away. Ignore him even if he shouts in pain. Sanji does so, but before he can get far, Kizaru shows up out of nowhere, sneaks Sanji with the kick, and unfortunately sends a beam straight through Vegapunk's abdomen.
I ain't gonna hold you. When I saw that, I thought he died. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought he literally just died right there because he was making such a big deal about him moving, right?
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, if I move one bit, I'm basically dead. And I'm like, okay, so how are they gonna move him then? Then they just moved him anyway. I'm like, okay, they're like, fuck it, we're going for it. Then Kizaru shoots him while that happens. And a very prominent shot too. I'm like, bruh, he has to be dead now.
He's dead.
Torso beamed. This is Oda though, so of course, even with the torso beam, they're getting stabbed through the chest. He's still up talking. Well, not talking, but he's still somewhat alive. But I think he does say a line or two before. No, he does say.
Does he?
Okay, well let's finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, it's finish.
So he does fall on the floor. We get a little scene from Kizaru. He's huffing, he's a little tired, and maybe a little discontent with the action he's just taken. Possibly. Luffy calls out.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah, we do, because we do get a little panel. Oda makes it.
Yeah.
To show it. Luffy calls out to Vegapunk, calling him Apple Man, and then tells Sanji to pick him up again and just run around the back of the island. Sanji apologizes profusely as he grabs Vegapunk and makes his escape. Kizaru starts turning into light to follow behind Sanji and make sure that the job is done. But before he can do that, my goat, Yonko Luffy, goes into giant form.
Yes, sir.
Grabs Kizaru like he's a fucking doll. And holds back one of the prime celestial forces in this world.
Talk about it.
And tells him, you guys aren't going anywhere.
Woo!
My fucking goat. I swear when I turned this page, I audibly gasped and just chanted, and that is my fucking Yonko right there, man.
They were saying Gear 5 was too goofy. How about now?
How about now?
How about now?
Luffy said, baby, fuck out of here. Yeah.
Because boy, how fast he could have done that, because he was just small a minute ago and Kizaru was in the middle of like zipping and Luffy just like, and you too. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He caught light as it was going from one place to another with his bare hand, while changing into a giant and stopping what I can only call a demon with his other bare hand, palming it in the forehead. Yep. Luffy is the GOAT. Stop playing with. What do y'all mean? What do y'all mean this man didn't beat the shit out of Kaido? What do y'all mean it's impossible? This man right here definitely killed Kaido. I'm 100%.
Oh, we're going a little crazy. Yeah. Of course, that was a little crazy. I don't know
if Kaido come back in like 3-4 months, I'll eat my words.
No, I mean this is an iconic shot right here. Like absolutely. That shot is crazy.
Was not expecting this. Was not expecting this. This shit was crazy, bro. Luffy brought out the Kawhi Leonard hands and said, "I'm palming you, Saturn. Like you're not going nowhere, bro. Like that's OD. Like oh man."
I also want to make a note of Kizaru. Took some decent damage from that one, man.
He did. He's eternally bleeding.
Yeah, coughing up blood.
Like, look, yeah, see, bro, right, bro. Like it is like stocks are down right
Admiral
now. Stocks are down.
are in the mud right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like,
Told y'all the
bro.
government is weak. They ass. He got him coughing up blood just by holding him. What are we talking about? This is a Yonko.
This is a Yonko. Now I will provide some pushback I've seen over the weekend from Twitter. A lot of people were discrediting this feat a little bit.
What?
A lot of them said that this is a Luffy that was already taken out due to his time limit and that had to be fed and transported out of danger before he could come back and perform a Yonko feat.
Oh my god.
Hold up.
That's just what I've seen. That's what I've seen.
I mean, okay. All right. So all that is true, right? That he had to, he already did Gear 5th 1 saying he had to, get what, quote unquote, refreshed or whatever.
Rejuvenated, yeah.
Okay. What of it? Like, who cares? Like,
They trying to say Luffy a Saiyan now? He get close to death and get stronger.
The point that they are trying to make is that this is not a Yonko tier feat because a Yonko would have done it without any rejuvenation.
That's
bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
What? Hold up. So they trying to say that? Are they trying to say that Luffy should be able to do this while he's like down?
That a Yonko would not have let it got to this point. That they wouldn't have needed the rest and the rejuvenation and having to get teleported and eating food.
Hold up, that's stupid.
No,
okay.
Insinuates.
I do want to say that I do think it's stupid too, but I wanted to bring it up to y'all because I did see it this weekend.
I think that's stupid because no other Yonko has the fucking Nika fruit where, after you use it, you're fucking tired and it's a literal drawback to him using a power that's comparable to the Yonko, if not greater. So obviously, and we all acted like no one would make this argument, right? No one was saying like, oh, Luffy, he wasn't as strong as Doflamingo just because he went Gear 4th, but like anyone that was actually stronger than Doflamingo could have put him down before the Gear 4th happened. But no, we all know Luffy at Gear 4th was stronger than Doflamingo in all stats, speed, power, like durability, all of that. It's just he had a time limit. He just went past the time limit. It's the same here. Nothing about that changed. Luffy's proven while he's in this form that he's stronger than damn near everybody. So you can't take that away from him just because he has a time limit. Like that's just the natural weakness of this form. Like that's just what it is.
I agree with that. Go ahead, mister.
I was just gonna say also, because I have seen that, Callie, and I've seen that people are like, oh, Luffy's been fucking like down for like 2 hours, or like exaggerating because we don't know how fast everything's actually been going in time, in the time of One Piece. Like we don't know if he was like down for like 5 minutes. Same thing with like Zoro fighting Lucci. We don't know how long that fight's been, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty crazy to take away this feat from Luffy because of that. Like we know Luffy, after using it, because he was fighting fucking Kizaru, lost the time limit, whatever, went down. Like we know that's always what he's done. Same thing happened against Kaido, like against Doflamingo. Like so it's nothing new,
Yeah, against what's his face, Katakuri. Like remember that? And I know that one was a little shaky for everybody, but still, at the end of the day, I still remember a good amount of people pushing that Luffy won that fight. Like
I'm still confused on what the point is because if we saying a Yonko would have done this without having a regenerated point or whatever, that means that he got stronger in the time frame of when he got a little bit of rejuvenation. But that's not what happened. Are we saying Luffy is a fucking Saiyan now? No, he's not.
Yeah,
I thought he was always capable of doing this. It's just the circumstances were different too. Y'all telling me that like, because I mean, explain Whitebeard then. And I don't mean to do that because I love Whitebeard and Whitebeard is one of my favorite characters. But explain that then, because Whitebeard, you're talking about Luffy who was trying to defend a admiral against a whole nother person, and while they were running or whatever. Whitebeard was trying to assault the island and couldn't do it without Luffy. So like, so what are we trying to say? That Whitebeard wasn't admiral level? I mean, Yonko level back then? Like, stop.
And I would say that Whitebeard was older and in a weaker version in that during the Marineford arc, but I also think that adds true to the claim because Luffy is 19. Just like Musa said in the chat, it was my point that I was gonna make. Luffy is very young, and I don't think that any of the admirals or any of the Yonkos at the age that Luffy's at would do any better, if much better than what Luffy's doing right now.
And that's another good point too. I'm just talking about straight from power perspective, because even because I feel like back then when Whitebeard went to Marineford at that time when Squardo like whatever stabbed him, when he took off all his meds or what it was off his medication, he was probably the weakest Yonko in the world at that point. All his meds, but still nonetheless a Yonko. And I think the show made that clear that like he's still a Yonko caliber fighter. And so my thing is, if you're defending someone from an admiral, plus on top of that, like Saturn came out of nowhere like last minute. It's not like Luffy was like knew that Saturn was even there in the first place. So for him, he couldn't have done that feat anyway back then. So again, what are people talking about?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I do think that take was dumb. He's a new admiral, man. I think he deserves some grace. I think he's a fresh admiral. This is his first test, and he has pretty much lived up to it outside of having to follow his Gear 5 time limit. Like, he's stood up to every single challenge that's appeared so far and smoked that shit, more or less.
Yeah, he
exactly.
He definitely is.
Yeah. And on top of that, just to make one more point, Kizaru, you could say Luffy was taken out for 2 hours or whatever. Again, mind you, we don't know the time frame, but let's say it was 2 hours. Kizaru was sitting on his butt for 2 hours. So you're telling me he didn't get nothing back? Like, he didn't get his stamina, energy, none of that back? Yeah. Like, stop. That's a good
pickup. That's a good pickup, man.
Like, the playing field is even, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not completely even. Obviously, Luffy got, like, some food and all that stuff, and in One Piece, that's how you, like, get your energy and shit back. But, like, come on now.
Especially
it's not like Kizaru. Yeah, it's not like Kizaru was, like, you know, didn't get shit back and, like, is operating with the same capacity, so stop.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. I'll take Luffy's the GOAT. Amazing scene. This is a Yonko right here.
Yo, real quick before we move on to finish it, especially with this scene, right? Luffy's eyes look kind of crazy too, just like Saturn's a little bit. And what I liked about this panel a lot, remember the last time when Luffy fought Kizaru and he didn't know what to do and he just told everyone to run away? He's like, get off this island. Back to here now, it's the fucking opposite. He said, you guys aren't going anywhere. Like, that shit, like, just full circle moment, bro. It's fucking beautiful. Like, he's like, nah, even with your light shit, I'm grabbing your ass. Even with the Gorosei here, I'm grabbing his ass too. Like, it's
such good comeuppance too, because we had the Sabaody Luffy that didn't know what to do at all against Kizaru, to now all his training, all the accumulation of his hockey training, his power-ups, his buffs and all that, like all that accumulated into what Luffy is now, to the point where Admiral Luffy is so confident in fighting the Admiral that it's just like, nah, you're not going nowhere. Instead of everybody run. Like,
not just an Admiral and a Gorosei at the same time.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yes,
the culmination of everything that Luffy has gone through to this point, it's fucking beautiful. And like, it's crazy. I'm so excited for fucking the next chapter, bro. Like, this shit's OD, man.
It is absolutely
definitely peak. Looking forward to see how this situation progresses. Before we wrap it up, we do have to talk about the end, because the end, I feel, has gone extremely under the radar in the community, between Luffy feeds and Sanji getting clowned, which we still probably should talk about.
Yeah, we will.
Power scaling and all this stuff. I think the end of the chapter definitely went under the radar a little bit, which is real unfortunate, because it looks like it might be one of the biggest reveals in One Piece upcoming.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We have Sanji with a Vegapunk whose life is fading or faded. We're not 100% sure yet. But he's telling Vegapunk to snap out of it. You're not dead. And then he asks Vegapunk, "Why are you smiling?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I didn't even notice either. In this panel, we see Luffy behind him. I didn't even realize that before.
As a giant. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Luffy's huge. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So he's asking Vegapunk why he's smiling, and then we start hearing beeps, beep, boop, click. Like we're hearing mad robot noises.
Not just that, Kelly, but if you look at that panel, right, with the click zick, that's a fucking heart monitor.
Yeah, I was about to get there, but
go ahead.
So good. We're getting noises, and then we cut to two monitors. Like Mr. said, there's a heart monitor, which looks like it's flatlining.
Yep.
And then we get a visual monitor where Vegapunk, Stella Vegapunk, shows up with the screen. He says, "Hello, is this thing on? Hello out there, come in world. I am Dr. Vegapunk, a humble genius scientist. While many of you will likely be shocked by what I have to say in this message, I assure to you that it is the truth of this world." Ends the chapter.
Yes, sir. Yo, I am coming for my flowers, because I said this in the beginning of this arc, that if Vegapunk dies, his failsafe was that this info is going to go out somehow. I had said that Punk Records would somehow like be sent to like Dragon or Morgan, but this is even better, bro, because now Vegapunk, he's dead. He's sending out this message to everywhere along the world, bro. This is gonna shift the whole world into a fucking revolution against the government, against everything, bro. It's gonna change literally everything, like Callie, like you were saying, like it's fucking crazy, bro.
Okay, so
it's reverse OHARA. That's exactly what it is.
I do agree with that. I actually do agree with that point. Before we talk about the actual message, so do we agree that Vegapunk is dead here?
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think if he's not dead, he's about okay, I'll put it like this. I definitely don't think he's making it off the island. Like any theories about like, you know, Vegapunk being the next Straw Hat, him traveling with the Straw Hats, I think that's dead right now. I don't now. If he's dead, actually dead in this moment, I don't know, but I definitely think he is like right there, like on death's door.
Yeah, on
the because that heart monitor,
yes,
as well as everything, I think this message was tied to his like his well-being.
Yeah.
So yeah, if his heart,
exactly.
Yeah, if his heart was failing, this message goes out or something like that.
No, I mean that's what they show you the flatline though. Like they're saying that he's dead.
I think it's ambiguous though, because you can't necessarily like, yes, the line is flat, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a flat line, because the spike could show up again. Right, yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not. I don't think it's concrete.
It could have been
evidence.
dramatically slow. Yeah, it could have been like.
I think that Oda did that purposely to try and make it ambiguous on whether or not he's dead.
Yeah, and then how Sanji is saying, "Vegapunk, damn it, don't you die on me? Hey, what are you smiling for?" Like, you know,
because he knew what was happening. He's like, "Oh, I'm dying. Like, this info's going out. I'm happy. Like, all this shit's gonna fuck up the government." Like,
yeah, and I do think he will die, but I just don't think right here at this second he is. That's what I'm saying.
I do see that it could be possible, right? He died here, yes. That's why it activated this failsafe to go off. But it's possible that someone could revive him. Like Sanji, you know, but I mean, he's got a fucking bro. He got stabbed with light inside of him, bro. Like, I don't see how you get back from that.
But you know, this is One Piece. Like,
yeah, that's definitely the one thing that's keeping me a little bit, because this is definitely One Piece and it's Oda. So I really think you have to take every single
possibility.
Yeah, with a grain of salt, because Oda is Oda. But I do agree that it makes the most sense that this failsafe activated because his heart stopped, or his vitals, or whatever the case may be. So my money would be on he's dead. But once again, grain of salt because it's Oda. The message, the truth of this world. What are we thinking?
I'm definitely thinking some juicy history in terms of like the Void Century. Maybe some more expanded history on the Devil Fruits. Because I know we got that explanation a long time ago about their accumulation of dreams and stuff like that, but that's still a little bit vague. So maybe we get some more like concrete history related to the Devil Fruits and the ancient history of the Void Century and other things like that. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Or it could be just straight up exposure about like the government's antics. Like, I don't know.
So I was talking to Yhus about this earlier during the week, and he had brought up the fact that, and Musa mentioned it, and also Kelly, good choice on picking Clover
for Yhus, right? Yeah.
So Yhus was saying like next week he's like hoping like that Vegapunk tells us what Clover said before he died, and then they're gonna do like a whole like
a parallel like flashing back between them. Only this time, Vegapunk actually gets to finish it.
Gets the word out. Yeah, exactly, bro. And that's like I keep
so fire.
That's why I keep saying reverse OHARA, bro, because this info getting out is literally gonna change everything, bro.
I think we brought up the reverse OHARA thing a few times throughout this arc. I think that actually does fall in line with everything we've been saying so far. That makes a lot of sense. I'm actually here for that. I figured it would be something Void Century based. That makes the most sense. And I guess that would tie into it, knowing it's the ancient kingdom, right?
Yeah. Yep. And Musa said that we might even get the actual name of the ancient kingdom.
That's what Clover died for. He's about to
that's
say,
what
right? He was. He said the ancient kingdom is, and then blown through the head.
Facts.
So yeah, I could definitely see that. It definitely makes the most sense.
Yo, shout out to Musa, bro. Musa said Clover spoke and died. Vegapunk is dying to speak.
That's real.
That's OD, bro.
That's real. That is very real. Very poetic.
Also, do y'all think is he broadcasting just to this island, or
I think it's like question too. Yeah,
I think it's the world, bro. I honestly think it's the world. Vegapunk is the smartest scientist in this world. There's no way he doesn't know how to like fucking have a satellite up and fucking spread this shit everywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like how
even if he doesn't send it, like you said, it's just to this island. You know who's around this area? Fucking Morgan, bro, because he tapped into the Marines surveillance, and they were listening into them, right?
Yeah.
So like the fact that he's there could be spread. They're screwed either way. Like,
yeah, you're right.
I think that Morgan was a really good pickup. That Morgan was a really good pickup because he definitely has been eavesdropping. So even if Vegapunk is only broadcasting within the area, Vegapunk picks that up. That's a scoop.
Yep. Bro, whatever this information is, Morgan's is going to fucking flip. He's going to be spreading his wings all over the fucking air balloon, and like he's going to be like all over the place. I just can't wait for his reaction now. Like his reaction is going to be gold. But yeah, no, that is a good pickup. I forgot that Morgan's was tapped in. So yeah, either way, they're screwed. You're right.
And like, I don't know if the Straw Hats will see this. Maybe like Chopper Nami, because he's there with Edison.
Yeah.
But Vivi is with fucking Morgan. Vivi's gonna somehow get away from him and get with the Straw Hats. So even if they don't find out now, she might come in and fucking inform them of everything that just happened of what Vegapunk said. So like,
why wouldn't the Straw Hats find out?
Well, I'm just saying because they're busy fucking fighting and shit. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get off the island right now. So. Fair. But I'm just saying, if in case they don't. But I don't think that's the case since Edison is with fucking Robin, and she'd definitely be one to pick this shit up.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't have many theories on what the truth of this world he talk about could possibly be, but I think after this conversation, I'm pretty set in stone in what we said is probably what it is, but it is Oda, so I could see a curveball maybe, but I can't think of anything else. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what
That's
it
true.
could possibly be.
Yeah, no, it's true. There's so many things, and then also there's still one more player that we haven't accounted for, the fucking robot. You know, like
You're right.
the robot's still getting up. So I'm hoping we might get that robot next chapter, or like that robot fuses with Luffy, and then you see fucking robot form Luffy with fighting these two. That should be pretty sick.
Mechanica.
Cyborg Luffy.
Mechanica, that's fire.
Ooh, Mechanica, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, ain't nothing to do but to wait till next chapter. I do agree with most of the stuff we said about the truth of the world, what we think it might be. More or less it. I do want to go back and talk about Sanji a little bit more real quick, because
Yes.
the internet has been tearing my boy alive, tearing my boy apart. So what are we thinking? Are Sanji stocks down right now?
No, man, everybody's just a reactionary at this point. Like we get in this. I get it though. We get this chapter to chapter, and like, but it's just my issue with the One Piece community right now in terms of that power scaling is how they extrapolate every single little interaction as a greater meaning for, like, Sanji's like power or Kizaru's power and stuff. Like clearly this man Sanji was running with Vegapunk, and Kizaru snuck out of nowhere because Sanji's reaction next panel was, huh? Hold on, like you don't make that reaction if you don't, like, if you weren't getting snuck, like, and he kicked him and then blasted Vegapunk. So I don't get it. Is his stocks down because Kizaru he couldn't manage Kizaru to stop him from blasting, or is his stocks down because he got kicked?
But we all know his stocks are down because he didn't use the power of love. Okay, he said, "I got no love for Vegapunk. This guy could die, bro."
Like just getting one kick doesn't imply anything significant, especially in this way. Like there wasn't a head-to-head clash, and Kizaru like overturned Sanji. Not saying he couldn't, but that's not what this is. This was clearly, like I said, he was running with Vegapunk in his hand, and clearly Kizaru came out of nowhere, kicked him, and Sanji was shocked. And while he was shocked, Kizaru beamed Vegapunk in like a 1-2 snap type thing.
Yeah, he lightsabered his ass, bro.
Yeah, so like to say that like, oh, Sanji stocks are down for that, like that's ridiculous. These are all super powered individuals, the top tiers. These are like, everybody has Sanji and Kizaru in their top 30, and we all know that in your top, these are niggas you do not fuck with that are in the top 30. In the top 30, shit can happen just as fast, like that. Like
I don't disagree with you on that, but I will say this though, and counteract that, right? Sanji knows the situation that we're in right now. He knows Kizaru is around, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been. Bro, are you?
No.
Yes, he knows, but yes, he knows.
No. We're not putting Sanji capes on. No, we're not.
Guys, give me 1 second. Keep going though. Give me 1 second.
Sanji fucked up bad. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Sanji been in fights, wars, all this extra shit with the Straw Hats for far too long to not have his guard up when Kizaru and Saturn are right in front of you trying to kill this nigga, and your only job is to get him away. That's your only job is to give up and
That
run.
is a lot easier said than done. That is a hell of a lot easier said than
don't
done.
disagree with me.
You're not wrong. Listen, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that. But the only thing you have to do is pick this man up, skywalk away. He did not do none of that. He picked him up and started running on foot.
Skywalk.
And got smoked.
Skywalk would have been worse. This man, he would have been in the air, barely being able to.
Excuse me. Skywalk is the wrong term. I shouldn't have said that. I mean, is your goal is to grab and retreat, but at the same time keep your head on a swivel because you know he's chasing you.
Yes.
So how
do you know
you got caught a second into the chase?
How do you hold on, wait. How do you not know though that his guard wasn't up? That Kizaru was just that good to get him on. I mean, we all said that Kizaru is the fastest character probably in One Piece in terms of travel time, at least, right? So, like, I don't see how Sanji not being able to outrun the fastest character in One Piece is indicative of Sanji. But we already knew this. We all knew that Kizaru was one of the fastest characters in the show.
Well, not just that, but Mamad, we have seen Sanji do feats of speed. He did it in the last fucking chapter by getting there in time to stop the laser from hitting Bonnie. And then he's like, the power of love, you know? And then, not just that, but we also know that Sanji has one of the better observation hakis in the Straw Hats. So he should have...
Talk about it.
There's been many instances seen a little bit into the future. He should have seen this, like, he should have been on, like BlackHawk was saying, he should have been on his guard, bro.
When was the last... Hold up. Let me say...
Against Katakuri, during the wedding.
Hold on, let me ask y'all this. When was the last time regular, not future sight, but regular observation haki was relevant to this series? It has been a very, 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 very fucking long time since that was the case. And we expect Sanji to just pull that out here, even as adept as he is as observation haki. Clearly, they also said in the past, especially against the Katakuri fight, that usually individuals can use observation haki the best when they're in a calm state of mind. This is not a calm situation at all whatsoever.
But agreed. But bro, you're facing an admiral and a Gorosei. Like,
so be calm? Is that what you like? Be calm?
Mean, Luffy's calm right now. Bro, he was calm. He's smoking a cigarette in front of Kizaru.
Huh? Wait, I didn't hear.
I said he was calm when he was smoking a cigarette at Kizaru. What you mean, bro?
I started going crazy.
He calm, bruh. Okay, so he smoked. So that's one thing,
man.
So that's one. So that's one thing to be. Yeah, I didn't even hear him.
Yeah.
What he said.
I feel the frustration though, man. I hear you. I feel your energy.
So that's one thing to be calm and kick like Kizaru when you got nothing else to do but to kick Kizaru. But this man is trying to help a dying person while also being while also trying to make sure he don't kill him because he can die any minute. That is not a calm situation. Plus, with Kizaru and Saturn on your ass, like that's not a calm situation whatsoever. So I don't see how anyone can expect him to have the most prestige observation haki activate unless it was maybe future sight. Even then, it's still not a calm situation because let's be real. What's a more stressful situation? You trying to run to keep Vegapunk alive while an admiral and celestial being is on your tail, or Luffy dodging a Thunder Bagua? Because which one? Because I mean, Luffy got hit by the Thunder Bagua. What's Luffy's excuse then?
You're right.
So like I'm about to say, and I would argue that wasn't a stressful situation for Luffy because he thought that his team died. So so either way, to me, it's just he's not in a calming situation to predict that kick against one of the fastest characters in the entire series. Let's not forget that either. Like it's a lot stacked against Sanji right here, but that don't mean his stocks are down though. Because stocks are down implies that you're doing something that you had no business being doing. Like you should be above this or something. Like,
hey, Ma, all I'm saying is, if it was Zoro, Vegapunk would be alive.
Really,
crying.
Really. I feel like he would get kicked the same, and maybe Zoro
not budging an inch. Zoro not green. Zoro got his head on a swivel at all times. That shit wouldn't have happened.
Technically, Zoro's hair is green, so he might be a little green, but I do get your point. You feel me?
Bruh, Zoro not carrying someone and blocking, pulling out his swords like instantly to block after that point. Like I haven't seen that happen. You giving him feats that he never shown, like carrying a whole individual then blocking someone as fast as Kizaru too. Like again, I'm not gonna forget that. Like we all say Kizaru is like one of the fastest characters in the series.
Yeah.
So
the fastest.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody is in that circumstance coming out better looking than Sanji is right now. Like
my only thing is his stocks are down because he told Bonnie, I'm gonna not let Vegapunk die. That's exactly what he just let happen, bro.
He didn't let it happen though. Yeah, no, that's hate. That's definitely hit.
What do you mean? Like he
That's
should, bro.
definitely
If you go back to the last chapter, he's squaring up to Kizaru. He should have already been ready to
He
fucking
didn't-
realize that Kizaru's like
Exactly.
the tail to attack.
I wouldn't say squared up necessarily, but
He's literally
he
fuck him was smoking a
blocked the beam and
cigarette
militate.
waiting.
He's definitely squared up.
where does Kizaru? What happened to Kizaru in between the panel from last chapter where we see him in front of Sanji and Luffy, and this chapter when Saturn comes going all crazy?
He just goes and attacks. Cause Saturn comes in and starts fucking doing his tentacle venom shit, right? And so then then Sanji's like, Luffy, be
Kizaru's
careful.
nowhere to be seen, though, is what I'm saying. So I think
What
it
I'm
might be a
saying is
sneak attack.
Kizaru was there though. So what I'm saying is like if they were scoring up 1v1s, right? Sanji should have already like in the back of his head like, I need to keep an eye on Kizaru this whole time.
I don't think they were squared. I wouldn't call that a 1v1. He literally just blocked an attack.
Yeah, he just blocked an attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that like they weren't scrapping or anything. And
Just intercepted one
And
attack.
then when we get back to the scene in this next chapter, Kizaru is nowhere to be found, and they have a giant, poisonous, venomous demon Oni creature in front of them. You know what I mean?
That's trying to stab them.
That's trying to stab
I ain't
them.
gonna lie.
As he's trying to save Vegapunk and get him off the island, I think I can forgive Sanji for having a lot on his mind at the time, and getting sneaked. That's what it is. He got snubbed
By the fastest character in the series.
One of the fastest, if not the fastest.
Yeah, it's not even like he got snuck by a random soldier. He got snuck by the character for speed. Like,
And he just blocked a laser beam from a chapter ago.
Bruh, what's more stressful? What is it?
I'm gonna keep running it back.
Bro, why though? Clearly the situations are not equal.
Definitely not, yeah.
He snuck Kizaru with no obligation to like directly carry Vegapunk or nothing like that. That's different than him dodging Saturn, carrying a whole individual while worrying about the fastest character potentially getting. Like, that's a lot. That is way different than the situation before.
Well, whatever.
It
is what it is.
I disagree on that one. Guys, let us know in the comments if you guys think Sanji stocks went up or went down. Let us know.
Well, I did do a post on the Strawhat Sitdown account, and most people agreed. We had 44 votes. Sanji stocks are still up, so.
Oh, okay.
Boo.
Yeah, no, I think Sanji stocks down is hate.
Good,
like that.
bro. Like that is a completely forgivable situation. That is a completely forgivable situation.
How people say that Zoro stocks are down for causing a distraction with a person who would be absolutely astronomical, like for the Navy side if he was in this fight right now, and his stocks is down. But Sanji let the one nigga he was supposed to protect die, and his stocks aren't down. What is happening?
BlackHawk, the reason why people are a little less forgiving for Zoro right now is because here's the thing. If you believe that Zoro should be comparable to Luffy, then there should be no reason why this fight is dragging on the way it is. Right? Like, Luffy finished Rob Lucci in one chapter, 1.5 chapters.
Yeah.
And Zoro 10, 20 chapters later is still like fighting Rob Lucci, and they seem even. So, or at least seem like I'm not saying they are, but they're having an even battle, quote unquote. And to a lot of people that feel like Zoro should be comparable to Luffy, that's not good. Because if you are comparable to Luffy, you should be able to do what Luffy did and take him out like ASAP. But that's not what's happening.
I also feel like Zoro likes to bullshit around sometimes because he's trying to test his power and like.
That's Luffy. Luffy's more of the bullshitter than Zoro is.
But like right now, especially though, he's trying to master his sword, right? Like the closer he is to death, like that's how he gets more mastery over Enma. So I feel like that's why he's not. Because you're right. He should have just fucking gone 3 swords, wiped them out, 1 attack. That's it. You know, but like that's clearly not the case because he's still using fucking 2. So
Luffy didn't even go up. But Luffy,
he's not fucking good training mid dire situation. Man,
see, nah, that's headcanon. I'm sorry, it is because
My
even
dope.
then, it's still not a good excuse because Luffy wasn't using Conqueror's Haki against Rob Lucci, so he wasn't going all out. So you telling me that Zoro must go all against Rob Lucci, but Luffy doesn't, but they're somehow comparable? Like, it doesn't add up.
I never said that part. The comparable thing is the community. They got that one.
Well, I'm just saying that most of the logic is going to come from the idea that he is comparable, so he should theoretically have the same difficulty, like, as Luffy, which was barely any. So that. I
get what you're saying in that point for sure.
Yeah, so but that's why Zoro stocks are down. But I don't think that's accurate, though. In my personal opinion, I don't think Zoro's stock should be down. But that's why I'm selling like the community perception of why Zoro stocks is down.
Yeah.
I think that's personally, I never hold Zoro to the same level as Luffy. I said this would be a good fight.
Yeah. You did say that in the beginning.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think anybody in here agreed that Zoro stocks were down off of this encounter.
Yeah, we're talking about the community.
Okay,
yeah, we're talking about the community.
Community's definitely.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, the community thought that Luffy did ninja clones in the panel against Saturn, and I'm like, what?
Oh, with him dodging?
Yeah, with him dodging. I'm like, no, that's just Oda showing you that he's dodging these attacks. Like, bro, the community.
Incomprehension on Zero. It'd be like that.
It's real bad, bro. It's only getting worse.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's wrap it up here because we definitely we were a little crazy. Any last questions, comments, concerns before we call it?
Oh, last thing, just so everyone knows, we brought up here on Strawhat Sitdown, brought up reverse OHARA. All right, that's our shit. So I've seen no one else bring that shit up. That is all us. So I just wanted to say that.
Strawhat Sitdown first. You get anywhere else? They copied us. As long as you know.
Yeah. They ride the wave.
You love to see it. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Big shout outs to everybody that was in the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat. Big shout outs to Musa for holding us down with some knowledge and some threads and whatnot. We appreciate you. Big shout outs to everybody that's going to be listening or watching on YouTube, Spotify podcasts, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc., etc. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials at Strawhat Sitdown on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. You look for us, you will find us at Strawhat Sitdown. All right. We are on no break next week. Thank you, Oda. So we will be back next Sunday with another chapter review. Big shout outs to BlackHawk again for joining us again today. Hopefully we can see you again next week. We'll see you at the streak last.
Let's see. We got one now. Hey, 9 more.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
Oh, also, thank you to the winners, Pixel, Brute Root, and Majin Crow, for letting us know that you guys got the pins. I also did a drawing for each pin for them as well. So, thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the pins.
I saw that you added a portrait in there with every drawing. That was really sick. That was really sick of you. I can't lie. Really dope.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to add a little bit more, because, I didn't want it to just be the pin. So I was like, fuck it, let me draw a little drawing for each. And they liked this. So, shout outs to you guys. Thank you guys for the support always. Like, we wouldn't be here without you guys.
Nice. Congratulations to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the pins. Make sure you guys stay tuned because we'll be doing more giveaways and events and stuff in the future, so be on the lookout. All right. Once again, we're on no break next week, so we will be back next Sunday with another chapter review. Hopefully we'll have more of the squad available next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until then, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace,
y'all.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw Hat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's wild, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad at captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are.